Roblox just announced an awful update. Rules has a big issue and more crazy rules news today. So if you're new, you're probably not subscribed since most of you aren't. So please subscribe to help us reach 400,000 subs. Thank you, and let's get right into it. Alright, firstly, let's start with the crazy story of Hazem actually making me a Roblox game, which I know sounds kind of confusing and weird, so let me break down what's going on here. So yesterday Hazem put out a tweet basically saying that he's going to make the top comment into an actual Roblox game. And right away I responded saying, well, this. Beat up KreekCraft Simulator. I don't know why this was the first thing my mind went to, but that's what I said. And after like a few hours, I already didn't have the most liked tweet. So I didn't really care about it and I kind of moved on. I was just kind of messing around. Today, this happened. Hazem co-retweeted following up with a video showing that he actually made the Roblox game and he actually made it into an actual thing. And he also let me play it too, which is pretty crazy. Like this dumb joke I had actually turned into an actual game, which is pretty crazy. And also throughout that, before he made this tweet, he kept DMing me on Discord, like videos of the game, and he actually spent time and effort making it, which is pretty crazy. And the game actually has like some decent stuff to it, like it's not like a low effort game, it's actually pretty decent. I don't think it's done yet. He told me that he's gonna polish it up and then actually upload it. But the fact that he actually made the game #1 and actually has it on like his main profile was just kind of crazy to see. I didn't think too much of the tweet and I was kind of messing around, but it actually became an actual thing. And with that being said, like I mentioned, I did have access to the game and I got to play it. So if you're curious to see like the entire story and want to watch me play it, I made a video on my second channel going over everything in depth and also playing it too. So go check that video out. I'll link it in the pinned comment and also subscribe while you're over there. But with that, next we have a pretty big issue going on Roblox right now. Of that being, for some reason, especially in like the last few months, the Roblox bot issue has gotten way worse. And right now, whenever you join any Roblox game, I think specifically like it's catered towards some games. So the games especially like Please Donate, you know, Pet Simulator, all like the big games especially that can have like markets and stuff you can buy have some sort of like bots with it. And Pet Simulator is the next one. Please Donate had a lot of issues for a while. I know they started banning them as well, like Roblox themselves, but now the bots are all in Pet Simulator. As we can see, our Pet Simulator news tweet was saying, a bunch of spam bots have been found in the plaza, beware. And as we can see, these bots are just spamming the chat, saying like, oh, if you want free pets, visit this website. If you want cheap pets, visit this website. And there's so much bots in every Roblox game right now, advertising literally Roblox black markets, which is pretty insane. So not only is this against TOS, you know, #1 advertising it, but if you end up buying any stuff like this, that's also against TOS as well. So it's just like a bunch of, you know, rule breaking and just a big issue going on. And also I just realized in the screenshot, as you can see, I don't know if that guy's responding to the bots, but he says that he will buy them in that middle right there. So people probably do end up falling for this and probably do buy them not knowing it's a scam and stuff like that. To be fair, I don't know if like it actually is a scam. Like you probably do get what the, you know, are selling you, but it's against TOS and usually it's not even worth it. And also, like I mentioned, these are also going around in Please Donate and other just big games, and they're spamming the chat right now. So it's best just to block them so your chat's not spammed up and just ignore them, because it's pretty annoying and it's also against the TOS and stuff, so don't participate in them. Pretty big issue going on there. And speaking of big issues, next we have another big issue going on, which has been going on for actually a while now. So as I'm sure you guys are all aware, the chat filter or the username filter on Roblox breaks like super often now. When it first happened, it was like a big thing because we've never seen it before. But ever since that, it actually breaks like every month or so now. It's actually like a very common thing, which is pretty crazy. But usually when this happens, they end up just banning all the accounts that got created with the bypass word, and then everything just kind of calms down after that. But since it happens so often, there's so much accounts out there that you can find that actually just have bypass usernames straight up. And they kind of got under the radar and unmoderated for a long time. And it's a pretty big issue going on because if you actually search for these accounts, you can actually find a bunch of them. The most I've seen for some reason is the A word. Like that seems the one that always gets uncensored for some reason. There's a bunch of accounts with super inappropriate usernames besides the A word as well. And it's a big issue going on Roblox right now. Especially since like some of them make like super inappropriate like phrases and stuff. And you can just imagine imagine they're a server with a bunch of little kids and they read these phrases and stuff, you know. Pretty weird and pretty big issue going on there. And with that being said also, if you want a deeper dive into all the weird stuff and completely uncensored, I uploaded a video on my other channel called Chisel Plus, which I'll also link in the pinned comment. And on that channel, I literally cover all the Roblox news I won't cover here. Sometimes I cover it here, but completely uncensored as well, so go check that out. And speaking of even more Roblox issues, let's go into our next story of a Roblox issue that's been going on for the past few days that's getting worse now. So a few days ago, a lot of people started tweeting Roblox and commenting on their videos, basically saying that they can't listen to Roblox and play music at the same time. As I'm editing this, I just realized I said that backwards, but let's pretend like the English was good there and move on. Which is very weird and very confusing, and at the time, it was kind of a big issue, but it wasn't getting that bad, it seemed like. Like a bunch of people were tweeting them, but maybe it just seemed like a small issue. And with that also, I know a lot of people were kind of confused how this works, and basically, on your phone or on mobile, if you listen to music through YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anything like that, and you launch a Roblox app, it'll actually automatically pause your music. That's how it works. And no matter what you do and what you're trying to do, it will just keep pausing the music over and over again. It's like a really weird glitch going on. And if you went back into the app and tried playing it, or if you're in the Roblox app already and you try playing music, no matter what you do, it literally just won't let you play it, and it'll keep pausing over and over again. Hence why this is a big issue and people are annoyed by this. Now, like I said, this issue popped up a few days ago and it didn't seem that big. I mean, it was pretty big, but like I said, it's getting way worse now. If you go to Roblox's recent comments, every single comment is talking about this, and everyone's just spamming Roblox comment section saying, let us play music, let me listen to Spotify, let us play music again, stop banning my music, and it's a pretty big issue going on right now. And also with that being said, last time I talked about this, I saw some people saying that like they had this issues for years, so I don't know how that works. But with that being said, it seems like in general, Roblox is having a pretty big issue going on right now where people can't listen to music. And imagine this turns into situations like how other people are mentioning where it just doesn't get fixed for years. That would be pretty bad, because a lot of people, you know, they like listening to music while they play the game or just make an avatar or whatever, and a lot of people do it. It's like a very popular thing obviously, and now they can't do it. And it's a pretty big issue, and it seems to be getting worse because I see more and more comments and tweets every day talking about this, and it still hasn't been fixed. I think it's been like over a week now. But anyways, with that being said, let's get to our next story, or our last story of a pretty bad Roblox update that just announced, and once again, it's kind of really stupid what they're doing here. So just to recap, if you guys remember, a few months ago now, Roblox actually updated UGC items. And what I mean by that is they actually updated the prices, and they made it so UGC items can have a higher minimum price now, or they have to have a minimum price that's higher now. And what that basically meant was that items are going to be more expensive because you have to have a minimum that's already pretty expensive, and he raised it. If you guys remember, the first thing that happened was that the updated packages, that I'm pretty sure packages could have been free, but now they made them so they have to be 175 Robux minimum. And then they also updated heads at the time, saying they have to be 175 Robux. Or I think originally these are 75, but then updated it to 175 later. And in general, they went from making items allowed to be super cheap and sometimes even free to making them cost a minimum of 175 Robux, which is really expensive and a really expensive jump. And it kind of ruined a lot of things. Because if you guys remember, for example, like the Billy package was a very popular package. And the reason it was popular was for two reasons. Number one, it was cool, obviously. But number two, it was free. So anyone could use it and anyone could mess around with it. And usually creators have no control over this. I know some people are getting mad at them, but they have no control over this. It's Roblox saying they have to have a minimum. And if they don't update their minimum, it gets automatically updated, so they literally have no choice. And with that being said, you can probably kind of see where I'm going with this now, because they updated more things, and once again, it's pretty bad. So on their Gilded, which is kind of like Discord, but Roblox owns it, they said that breaking news, Roblox has increased the minimum price for non-limited face accessories from 15 to 50 Robux. All face accessories that cost less than this will have their price updated to 50 Robux on January 31st, so literally in like 2 days, which is pretty stupid. Once again, they're making something go from super cheap to more expensive now. Like 50 Robux, you can argue, honestly isn't that much Robux, but you have to keep in mind, a lot of people are just free players or they don't have much Robux, because nowadays, especially with games like Please Donate, a lot of people only get like 10-15 Robux every once in a while. And it was really good because you can get a lot of face accessories, but now you have to have 50 Robux minimum, you know, more than double, triple the price, which is crazy. This information was announced through their Gilded private server for creators, which, by the way, I don't know if like that's public information, but I'm just reading the news. This was not me. A bunch of people were tweeting about this, so I'm assuming it's public. It's worth remembering that this change only affects UGC items. Items created by Roblox remain at the normal price. So yeah, to be fair, it is non-limited, so I think the limiteds can still be 15 Robux, but then they'll rise again, obviously. But it is kind of dumb that they're making stuff more expensive. And I think this is all in preparation for public UGC probably, because that's going to be coming sometime soon this year, which does kind of suck overall. Like public UGC is obviously going to be a mess, but a lot of people are very excited for it because there's going to be more items, but it seems like they're going to be raising the floor price of like everything now. Like they did bodies, packages, heads, and now, you know, face accessories. I wonder what's next, or if they're gonna do more. Pretty awful update from Roblox, and once again pretty dumb from them. Just like, I feel like it's so unnecessary and just kind of money hungry. But with that, if you enjoyed, check out this video to find out why Roblox fully broke the other day, and let's see the next one.